Hello Commanders, Commander Placer here, back with another Elite Dangerous video, and today we're going to be doing some tinfoiling, so make sure you buckle up as this could be a bumpy ride. Now what you can see in this video here is the GCS Sarasvati, which was built and deployed after the First Thargoid War, which was around about 150 years before current in-game events. It's located in orbit around the first planet of the system, IC 4604 Sector FB-X C1-16, and yes, that is going to be in the description of the video. It was constructed as part of the Galactic Cooperative's Project Equinox as an early warning vessel for further Thargoid incursions. The ship is no longer functioning, but it does have a number of logs which we'll be taking a look at a little bit later on. There is no apparent damage to the ship, but the ship appears to no longer be moving under its own propulsion as the engines aren't active. The ship itself is made up from some familiar parts from other megaships, both those in service and those which have been damaged. The habitation rings are present, as is the bridge, cargo pods and engines, and not one part of the ship has any visible damage. The GCS Sarasvati is not a recent discovery, but it does seem to be overlooked by a majority of people looking into the Thargoid conspiracy and the cover-ups involved. The logs for the Sarasvati are not voice acted, so you do get the joy of me reading them out to you. The Galactic Cooperative of Worlds presents Watch the Skies. Although the war against the Thargoids has ended in victory for humanity, and the Galactic Cooperative, the octagonal menace, is still not something we can take lightly. As the vanguard of civilized space, it is the duty of all Galcop pilots to remain ever vigilant against this continued existential threat to the galaxy. Even now, Galcop scientists are hard at work at developing newer, more advanced technology to monitor threats and keep us safe from this extraterrestrial menace. And the ranks of our space forces are growing every day to meet any enemy that may cast a shadow across civilized space. But we still need heroes, pilot. Heroes like you. Only by banding together as a unified front can we continue to ensure a brighter future for everyone in the galaxy. Remember these words of wisdom. Ask not what your galaxy can do for you, but what can you do for your galaxy. Find your local Galcop recruiter today. To me, this is straight up propaganda and should really be considered as such. With paraphrasing John F. Kennedy, and it's only short of a keep calm and carry on slogan to be absolutely perfect. Next we have the logs of a Cassandra Lockhart, who appears to have been a scientist assigned to the Sarasvati. It's been nearly 5 years since the end of the war, and there's still so many questions that haven't been answered about the Thargoids. But first and foremost on my mind, where did they go? It just doesn't make any sense. The whole purpose of this program was to monitor for any signs of a resurgent Thargoid presence. But since 51, there's been zero. Nada. Zilch. You'd think even as badly as they got beaten the first time around, there'd still be sightings on the fringe. Crackpot lone explorers reporting octagonal ships in some far-flung corner of space. But so far, every single Project Equinox monitoring station hasn't caught so much as a wake signature or a whiff of thruster exhaust. I think the others are starting to ask the same questions too, whether or not Equinox is even necessary at this point, especially with the cooperative stretched as thin as it is. I don't know, maybe I'm being paranoid, maybe they are really gone for good. I sure hope so, for all our sakes. So, the Thargoids just disappeared after the end of the war with no trace. Lockhart does make some good points here, that there really should have been some stragglers left. In every conflict, the message of defeat doesn't normally get to every front at the same time. Now only 17 years after this, Project Equinox was shut down, and Cassandra Lockhart left us another log, and this log has the most interesting piece of information out there, which was overlooked until now. They're shutting us down. After all this time, we finally have a breakthrough, and they're shutting us down. How in the hell can the Federation and Empire be so short-sighted? It was literally under our noses the entire time. The Thargoids didn't leave. Not all of them at least. If we had more time, we might have been able to run a more detailed analysis, but the data we have right now already paints a pretty grim picture as it is. The Thargoids are sowing the seeds of their return. We couldn't detect them before because the traces were so minuscule, but it's clear that these new, self-repairing alloys that are starting to pop up in labs everywhere share an alarming amount of physical characteristics with the Thargoid bioalloys pulled from their ships during the war. This is the smoking gun, and no one is willing or able to do anything about it anymore. The Federation won't listen, Duval won't listen, and Galcop has fractured to the point where even the old worlds probably won't listen. Maybe Thunderchild could have done something, but they went dark back in '69. We're almost out of time. Now, she is talking about meta-alloys. The same we've been bringing back to our stations to repair them, the same we've been giving to engineers. Barnacles are Thargoid structures sewn by the Thargoid to prepare for their return. All the while, the governments knew what the barnacles were and refused to look into the matter or admit the ramifications to the populace in general. This now means we are facing Thargoids which have been planning to come back to human space for 150 years and have been preparing for 150 years. So, over to you, Commanders. Tell me your thoughts and leave me a comment with your tinfoil theories. Also, whilst you're there, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching, so please like, subscribe, make sure you turn on notifications so you get an alert every time I put a new video out, and also, whilst you're there, please consider becoming a patron. It's a fantastic way to help support the channel and help me to provide you with good quality content. So, once again, thank you for watching. Commander Plater, out.